Hi everybody, welcome to the video surprise of the day. Today I'm at Lexus and I have a loaner vehicle. Yes, it's going to be a Lexus. You can see this from nice key fob over here, and there's a key inside as well too. I'm not going to attempt to remove the key, but you kind of get the idea. So our show today is going to be on the 2023/2024 Lexus RX 350h as a hybrid all-wheel drive pros and cons video review. Before we get started, please remember to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon to notify new videos, and please help me out with a thumbs up. Alright, so let me get started here. First of all, this color called Iridium is really like a silver color and looks really beautiful, especially in the daytime. And we're going to do a quick walk around the vehicle. Chrome on the window sills on the top, and also 21-inch wheels. So a lot more sculpture for the 2023-2024 model, hasn't changed much. Dimensions are 193 for the length, 76 for the width, and 67 for the height. I have the floating roof line over here. You can see that it contours down. You lose some space by having it that way, but that's how it's set up. Yes, these are 21-inch wheels. Looks pretty nice overall. Fascia is definitely a lot different. The grille is part of the front fascia now. The mesh is integrated, and it's kind of like interesting, and you could say it looks good or it looks bad in a way. I kind of like the older model a little bit more. We notice also the wheel flares are the same color as the body color now as well too. I should take another quick look at this vehicle. You also see the tail lamp stretches from the left to the right, and it's spelled out Lexus. This is a RX 350h. It's a hybrid. Take another look around the back over here. You notice that, yeah, the shape is still very much an RX. But if you want something smaller, do consider the roominess of the RX. You might want to consider looking at the Lexus NX. So the NX shares a lot of common features with the RX, but at a lower price because it's just smaller. So now let's look at the door. Okay, press here to lock. Press here on the latch. It's like a little plastic bubble latch, and it opens the door. We're going to open up the engine compartment first. There we go. I'm going to take a look, and we start with that first today. So once we open the engine compartment door, or hood you call, and you notice there's a security blanket insulation pretty much, but it's not very big or very thick, which is amazing. I don't know why did they cut costs in that, but definitely looks very thin. And also there's two latches, well, not including the one in the center. I guess there's two latches to hold the hood in place, so I guess it won't float or make noise. 2.5 liter inline 4 hybrid system, 246 horsepower, 6,000 rpm, 233 pound-feet of torque of 4,300 rpm for this vehicle. So it's a 4-cylinder. It's going to be very similar to, say, to the NX. I tell you right now, this is a bigger NX in a way, right? So same hybrid system overall, and the big thing is that you might gain some horsepower. MPGs 37 city, 24 highway, and 36 combined. It's still very impressive overall for this size of a vehicle, and you can see that it uses OW16 engine oil. So fuel tank size 17.2 gallons, range in miles 636 for the city, 584 miles for the highway. So that's what you expect to get. Of course, your mileage will vary on the way you drive it, and certain road conditions and temperature outside as well too, so that can influence your driving range on hybrids. So that varies also in your area and road conditions. But overall, the engine compartment looks very nicely laid out. You have a nice size overall. And this is how it sounds when it's closed. What do you think? Closed really tight, and also nice closing. Okay, so let's start with the driver's side door here. It's the latch system I mentioned, and the interior is very modern. It's very upgraded, and material is very good. Actually, I think it's better than the previous model. I have the previous model RX. I could tell you that for sure. All right. You still have the adjustable lumbar support. besides up and down, forward and back. And these are Nulux, right? So they're the invitation leather. It's not wheel leather. And you see that there's three different settings for the seats over here. You got the gas cap door open and also the trunk open. But notice the steering wheel. You know, you also have different functions that uses the heads-up display, but doesn't show on the steering wheel itself. And that's the power button in particular. And you can adjust the steering wheel, the height, everything like that still. And there's the lights, the function. Also, you still have the turn signal on the left over here. So ultimate high beam is a press of a button right now. And functions a little bit different. The big thing about this one is the infotainment is a lot different, a lot better, and this touchscreen. So you got a place to put your phone as well over here to charge it vertically underneath. And over here, you got the compartment here, go open to the left or open to the right, and it's very deep. That's a nice thing. So I say the inside definitely. Okay, so you notice that we look at the interior wise, it looks very modern, a lot better looking in my opinion. The quality of material looks a lot better too. Even the steering wheel, you know, you got the heating part all over the steering wheel, not just the part that's without the wood. Sun visor test. 3, 2, 1. Very beautiful. Yes, it's probably like a 9. Doesn't cover all the way, but definitely covers most of it. Okay, you can feel the material on the headliner is really nice. You know, it's not those cheap ones. Also, you can see the sunroof. You could actually change it to tilt, to slide forward, all those different settings you have. And you can turn off the light to the door. And on top of that, you still have the mirrors, even on the passenger side as well as the white LED light. This one doesn't have the panel window and the moonroof, but you know that's something that might be on the other models. And you got the Bluetooth, I'm sure. And look at the color contrast between the seats and the doors. I mean, those look great. I'm not sure how good this color lasts, you know, over time because it get dirty. You have to maintain it and clean it a lot. But overall, I mean, the contrast in color looks really great. The one above the L here on it's like it checks if you're dozing off or something. It tells you that. So the little screen over there, you can see right here. See, and the dash. Well, we're taking a look right now. That's beautiful. All right, a lot better technology wise. It looks better technology wise. This vehicle only has 1524 miles. Yeah, 1,524 miles. So I found a place I could record this, and the dash also has the heads-up display in this model as well. Let's take a look around the vehicle over here. You got the paddle shifter also on the steering wheel, and this is the infotainment. Power button still on the top. Unfortunately, it's a little bit hard to reach, but that's where Lexus puts them nowadays. And you also notice the infotainment. You know, there are a lot of fingerprints because it's a touchscreen and also it's a glossy block. So 68, 67, you got just a different climate over here. You also have a storage compartment on the top and also over here on the bottom that you can put your phone to charge as well too. USB-C and USB connection as well over there. There's actually a little cover that you could close so you hide your belongings. And that's pretty nice. So you could press the different map icons and the different menus over here as well too, and you can get an idea on the different locations and such, right? And trip range, how much is still left. There's a setup, gas, personal, etc. So there's a lot of things you can still do easily. Yes, easily by doing touch screen. What a concept, right? And you also can change the climate settings as well too. And this vehicle only has 1524 miles. You know, 1,524 miles. It's a loaner from Lexus of Pleasanton. Give a shout out to them from a loaner because my car is in maintenance. And you see the lane departure, collision mitigation, EV mode is on, and distance to empty. 456 miles to empty. That's pretty awesome overall for a hybrid. And you know, if you're getting a vehicle, minus would get, just get something you really like. And this is the hybrid. It's probably gonna be one of the better selling vehicles out there, especially the hybrid for the RX this coming and next year as well too. So you also have the temperature control on the left and the fuel reading on the right over here, and your speaker volume on the left of the steering wheel. And here you have a nice size. Yes, it's a nice size cup holder, and the shifter is more like the Prius shifter, I would say. You got the brake hold, parking brake, EV mode, traction control. So parking the vehicle, you have to hit the P. All right, I'm going to demonstrate that. So if you move it down, then it's drive. Then you can just drive it. Or you want to park it, just push the button like that. It's a press button, right? So you want to go to reverse, you move it to the top, just like that, right? And like I mentioned, that little door or slider closes the compartment is just like that. I like that part that it looks pretty nice and it's very deep. There's a deep area that you hide your phone. If you close it, nobody knows you have a phone there. So here, you probably can hear that. So those are the cars coming by in the back. If you have it in reverse, then you hit P to park it, right? So you remember you have to hit P to park it. There's no way to park it unless you hit P or turn off the vehicle. Turn off the button will also park it. So if you're trying to back up in the back, you hear a beeping noise. Well, yeah, there's a car behind you, and you can see that alert as well over here. And that's pretty nice. I mean, the backup camera really does justice when it's so clear nowadays. It's really, they up the game. And this is how you change the different temperature on the driver's side, and the passenger side similar. And you got the volume knob. There's no tuning knob, but pretty nice for the fan adjustment. Normal, sport, eco, and custom. All right, so those are the functions you have in particular. So you can adjust. And like I mentioned before, the startup tune, whatever you want to call it, is still pretty nice overall. So yes, the newer, modern touchscreen, infotainment, interior, and technology. So definitely Lexus wins on that part. So all the different functions you could press on. I'm not gonna go press every single one, but even though that you can adjust and change the functionality of it, or you could turn it off. So what do you want, right? So like I mentioned, drive mode. I'm just gonna click around. Drive assist, hit back. Driving assist, trip information, the energy flow for the hybrid system, all-wheel drive, tire pressure readings. There's no vehicle alert set up right now. So those are the key ones. So of course you have music. You can set up that one. You can set up your phone here. Very easy to set up your phone. Don't hold your phone when you're driving. Set up the Bluetooth. All right, easy to do. Turn off the volume of that. And you can see the different XM radio, FM radio.
All that kind of stuff.
You can set those up as well. No matter if you want country, dance, hits, jazz, Mexican, etc. So you can scroll up and down just like that. And you actually could look for different settings. You can Amazon Music, Apple Music, that's integrated already. So you could have that set up. And I noticed that it's very easy to scroll. There's no lag or anything like that, right? That's a good thing around here. So I'm visiting this area. Suppose I want to zoom in a little bit more. Well, I could do that right here. So just like that. Simple, easy to use, and it's fast and compliant. It's not like there's a big lag time.
How can I help you?
Find your nearest Lexus.
The closest Lexus is Lexus of Pleasanton at 4345 Rosewood Drive. Would you like to go now?
Okay. Yes.
Calculating route to Lexus of Pleasanton.
What do you think?
Proceed
So that's
to
a
the
demonstration.
route.
And, it's simple to use. The Hey Lexus feature is really nice, and I actually like it. But it doesn't always get you to the location, or the location always come up. Yes, you do have the special door function. Kind of get used to it over time. And you also open it. If you pull 2 times, it opens. But next time you press it, it readjusts to the initial position, just like that. I think it's back to initial position. Okay, now let's take a look at the front passenger side. You still have the lumbar support, of course. One thing to note again is the color a little bit light. The contrast looks good, but you have to take a lot of care of the color and the seats. So you get a different setup for the seats, and they're perforated, so it makes it very comfortable in hot, sweaty weather as well. You got cool seats as well, I'm pretty sure. And you can change these floor mats, of course, to weather mats if you like. You don't like the carpet. Ample storage, all right, in the glove compartment. Not a whole lot. There's some wood look over here. I think it's real wood, especially on a Lexus. So what wheels does it come with this? Well, it's the Bridgestone wheels and tire, right? So not my favorite tire overall. What do you think? Put in the comments. Called Linza, I think it is. And these are 21-inch. I checked. So let me know what do you think about these tires. I think the wheel looks great though. Special design, I guess. But be careful parking to the curve. You still could scratch it. These are sport all-season tires, 250 R21s, and you have a spare tire, so it's not going to be one flat tires. Let's take a look at the seat behind the front passenger. You still have the same material overall. You have a place to put a bottle of water, and it's a 3-seat in the second row. You also have the map pockets, put some stuff in there. You also have USB-C charging for 2 of the people in the back. Notice that you can adjust the different temperatures. It looks like you have the seat heating and also the cooling feature as well. Nice view through the A-pillars. You're looking from the second row. Visibility is nice. Yes, there's the tape on the light, but it's an LED light. LED color is light color, so it's nice, right? Very modern, updated technology with the new trends. So this is the cup holder in the center. Not that big overall, so you can't put any big drinks like soft drinks. And just how you close it. And this part also lifts up. I'm going to show you this part here. And just some space over here. You can put some snacks and such over here. It's a nice little compartment, but the cup holders are not that big in the middle. Let's keep that in mind. If you have any big drinks, you don't want to put in the middle. And you can see that seats are getting a little bit dirty over time, so you might need to get it detailed over time as well too. No pass-through in the center, so that's something to note. But visibility out of the second row is nice. So like I mentioned, you could change these controls and adjust it, the functions, the temperature and such. So that's pretty nice overall. 60 is the lowest in the climate control system on the Lexus. So no matter in the front and back, I think 60 is the lowest you could go. Even the current model, the older models, also the same thing. So something to note if you're looking for a vehicle like that. Another glance at another back seat from the left side, and it's the same material and such like that. So nothing really changed. Pretty ample room for seating 3 adults in the middle. Large adults may have some trouble, and very high and tall adults, that is, may have some trouble. But these seats do fold down, and you can use it for storage if you fold them down. So there's a cap door, which is nice and is open. So premium feel is preferred. So you can see this link pops out. It's for aerodynamic reasons. So let's take a look at the back over here, and you see the L actually is between the left and the right. You see that middle has the Lexus spelled out in font, nice size font, but I prefer the L badging the old way. So a little bit on the interior. Cargo space seats up is 29.6 cubic feet. Yes, you have a spare tire as well in the back, amazingly, and they still kept the spare tire, which is really nice. I wouldn't buy a vehicle without it. Spare jack over there. You also have the battery, right? So there's a hybrid battery. And I'm also going to demonstrate with the seats down. There's a button to press it that's down. Unfortunately, I think to pull up, to get it back up, it's easier just to push it back up. So sometimes it goes a little bit slow to come down. So maybe that's a little not so good thing. So, but you know, it's not going to be a flat floor. You can see that over here. Maybe it's a con for it's not being a flat floor. But the floor, it works in a lot of cases. Cargo space with the seat down is 46.2. Nice feature to bring down the seats. Although you can see the seats are not 100% even, which is unusual, but it is like that in my case. And so that's the thing you got to live with, I guess, for this particular vehicle. Two lock functions. One's just to lock the door and close it, and one just to close it without locking. So that's something good to know as well. Okay, the other thing I do want to note in the back is like the tonneau cover. You can remove that. I didn't get to mention that. And also there's some tie hooks over here that you could tie your cargo down as well. So some other parts that I do want to mention. And the carpet is pretty nice overall. There's actually a cargo liner that you could get as well too to keep the back nice and clean. Okay, so this is how the turn signal looks like in the back, and the right side is going to look very similar as well too. And I thought it's a little bit unusual, a little bit small, but it definitely looks really beautiful, you know, especially at night. So that's something to note. And this color, iridium, is my favorite color if you were to choose a color. But this modern RX definitely have a lot of sculpturing on the body. So that could be like too much sculpturing. I don't know. I think you don't, you know, it's really amazing if you look at it at different angles and such. You see it on the left over here, the fender flare that sticks out a little bit. That's a compliance issue. I think there's some kind of compliance thing that the government requires that. That's why that thing sticks out. Probably for aerodynamics and such as that. They have to meet a certain coefficient as such as that. So, you know, you tell me below what kind of thing that they have to comply by. But definitely the turning signal is really unique, I guess, on this vehicle. So the Lexus RX 350h has two electric motors, front and back. So I'll be quiet a little bit so you can hear some of the noise. And you can see it's a pro or a con in particular. So what do you think? I mean, definitely there's some road noise, and you know, installation is okay, it's adequate, not the best. I mean, I have a 6-cylinder 2019 model, and that's a 350L all-wheel drive. Yes, it's a L, but it's not that much bigger. But you don't. It's more quiet in a way. If you go slower, you don't hear much of a noise. Hey, folks, here's my pros and cons. Your opinion may differ. First of all, this is a very nice vehicle, nice size SUV. Most families will really appreciate the size and the newer technology, the modern look, interior and exterior. And a lot of fine touches and high quality materials are used in this, including the information display and also navigation is so much better. Hey, Lexus works great. So what I didn't like with this one in particular is the cons, right? There are a number of them. Heads-up display is hard to read. All right, and also at the same time, the 4-cylinder engine makes quite a bit of noise in the passenger compartment. Maybe better installation will work, or maybe get a 6-cylinder, make an improved 6-cylinder. And on top of that, the shifter is not that great to use, and you have to get used to it over time. So other than that, it has been a great vehicle to drive and own. For SUV, a little bit smaller, check out the NX if you don't need the size of RX. If you want to save some money, check out the Highlander from the Toyota side and save some money as well. Really appreciate a thumbs up, comment, or share. Please leave it below. Please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.